Macmillan Audio presents Mr. Monster by Dan Wells. Read for you by Kirby Heyborne. Prologue. I killed a demon. I don't know if it was really technically a demon. I'm not exactly a religious person, but I do know that my next-door neighbor was some kind of monster, with fangs and claws and the whole bit. He could change back and forth, and he killed a lot of people. And if he'd known that I knew who he was, he would have killed me too. So, for lack of a better word, I called him a demon, and because there was no one else who could do it, I killed him. I think it was the right thing to do. At least the killing stopped. Well, it stopped for a while. You see, I'm a monster too. Not a supernatural demon, just a messed-up kid. I've spent my whole life trying to keep my dark side locked away where it couldn't hurt anybody, but then that demon showed up, and letting my dark side loose was the only way to stop it. And now I don't know how to lock it back up. I call my dark side Mr. Monster, the side that dreams about bloody knives and imagines what you'd look like with your head on a stick. I don't have multiple personalities, and I don't hear voices or anything. It's hard to explain. I think about a lot of terrible things, and I want to do a lot of terrible things, and it's just easier to come to terms with that side of me by pretending it's someone else. It's not John who wants to cut his mother into tiny pieces. It's Mr. Monster. See? I feel better already. But here's the problem. Mr. Monster is hungry. Serial killers often talk about a need, some driving urge that they can control at first, but that builds and builds until it's impossible to stop, and then they lash out and kill again. I never understood what they were talking about before, but now I think I do. Now I can feel it, deep in my bones, as insistent and inevitable as the biological urge to eat or hunt or mate. I've killed once, and it's only a matter of time before I kill again. 1. It was 1 a.m., and I was staring at a cat. It was probably a white cat, but here in the dark I couldn't tell for sure. What little moonlight filtered through the broken windows turned the room into an older version of itself, a scene from a black-and-white movie. The cement block walls were gray, the dented barrels and stacks of wooden planks were gray, the piles of half-used paint cans were gray, and there in the center, refusing to move, was a gray cat. I played with the plastic jug in my hands, turning it back and forth, listening to the gasoline as it sloshed around inside. I had a book of matches in my pocket and a pile of oily rags at my feet. There was enough old wood and chemicals in here to fuel a spectacular fire, and I desperately wanted to light it. But I didn't want to hurt that cat. I didn't even dare scare it away, for fear that I might lose control. So I stared at it, waiting. As soon as it left, this place was gone. It was late April, and spring was finally winning its battle to transform a dull, frozen Clayton County into a cheerful green one. A big part of this, of course, was the fact that the Clayton killer had finally left us alone. His vicious killing spree had lasted almost 5 months, but he'd stopped very suddenly, and no one had heard from him since January. The town had huddled in fear for another 2 months, barring their doors and windows every night, and waking up each morning hardly daring to turn on the TV and see another shredded corpse on the morning news. But nothing had come, and slowly we'd started to believe that it was over for real this time, and there wouldn't be any more
Sample complete. Ready to continue?